Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Fast Tracks webinar. This is a weekly event that we do every Friday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern to go over some training exercises and review the software, keep everybody on the know of what's going on with the software. Today, we're going to be looking at system discounts. To get to system discounts, you go to Director, you go to the Price Book module, and you go to the System Discounts tab at the very top of the screen. Now, what is a system discount? It's a way to dynamically reduce the price of an item for a certain time period, a certain day of the week, a certain time of the day, and it's a way to reduce that in a variable dynamic method. You can do that by 4 different discount types: a dollar amount off each item, a % off each item, a buy X get Y free, or an X items for Y dollars. Now, there's a couple basic rule of thumb when it comes to discounts. One of these is an item can be in as many discounts as you'd like. However, there's a priority list, and that priority list is very important when it comes to determining what discount is applied in the transaction. What this means is you can have as many items and as many discounts as you'd like, but only one discount gets applied in the transaction per item. So if I have an item in 2 or 3 different discounts, and all 3 of those discount quota is met, to where technically all 3 could be applied, what it's going to do is it's going to apply the one that has the highest priority. Priority 1 would be above everything else. 2 would be above everything except 1. 3 would be above everything except 1 and 2, so on and so forth. Now you can move priority levels around by clicking on the discounts, choosing the up or down button, or just by simply dragging. I can click and drag and move those around. Another way is on the discount itself, there's a priority tab. You can adjust right there. Just change the priority level and choose Save. Now, once again, repeating that, you can have an item in as many discounts as you'd like, but only one discount is applied in the transaction, and it's based on that priority level. There's one single exception to that rule, and that has to do with scan data. If you're participating in the retail scan data incentive programs, and they are having their funded discounts, they want put on that scan data file that's sent to them weekly, you can bypass that rule by choosing the require loyalty is Altria discount. What that means is you can have a maximum of 3 discounts applied on that one item. And that's the only scenario that can happen is for those scan data items by using these boxes. So let's go over what all these check boxes and text boxes mean on a discount. I'm going to choose New, and discount name. It's just the title of that discount. This will be what shows up on the reports whenever you run your reports. The customer won't see that. They're going to see the receipt text. The discount type. This is what type of discount are you building? What's your goal? Do you want a dollar amount off each item? So if I buy 2, get 50 cents off each item. Do you want a % off each item? Buy 3, get 10% off each item. Buy X, get Y free. Buy 4, get 1 free. Buy 2, get 1 free. Or X items for Y dollars. 5 items for $5. It'll reduce the retail price of those 5 items to get it to where it's $5. We'll choose the buy X, get Y free for right now. Start date, stop date. It's exactly that. During this time period, the days in between that is when this discount is going to be eligible to fire in a transaction. So outside of those time frames, your discount won't trigger in a transaction, but inside it will. Now, as a rule of thumb, you technically don't want to delete a discount once it's expired. Leave it as expired. Don't even repurpose it. The reason being is behind the scenes, each discount has what's called a unique identifier, a GUID. Items that receive that discount in that time period have that GUID attached to them. that unique identifier for that discount. So that's what tells your reports. Whenever you run the report, and that item has and the report has that GUID, it's going to say, oh, there's this GUID here, this unique identifier. We tie that to this happy hour beer. Now we know these items belong to that happy hour beer discount. So it shows correctly on your reports. If I delete that happy hour beer or I reuse that, then that's going to mess that report up. So just as a rule of thumb, try not to delete or repurpose those discounts. Just leave them in place. Receipt text. Moving on. That is what's going to show on the receipt. So the customer, that's the data they will see on their receipt whenever that discount's applied in their transaction. Quantity. This means that in order to receive this discount, you have to have this many of that discount item on the transaction, the items that are in that discount. So in this scenario, I've got happy hour beer. If I buy 6 of the items in this transaction, this next box is now taken into consideration. They're going to get 10% off each item. So that's the discount amount. And depending on what discount you have, instead of a percent off, like it could be a dollar amount off. So it just depends on what type of discount is selected. That box is kind of dynamic. Use trigger list. This is another way to make a discount not eligible unless you buy something else. So this 6 here, that means I of course have to buy 6 of this item in order to receive that discount. This adds another layer to that. So to look at that, we're going to go to the free ladder with 2 packs. What this means is I have to buy 2. Whenever you check that checkbox, that brings up a trigger quantity text box. That means I have to buy 2 of the trigger items in order for this discount to work at all. The discount I have set to buy 1, and then it's a 100% off. So basically, if I buy 2 of a certain item, I'm going to get 1 free of another type of item. Those can be seen, the discount items and the trigger items can be seen by using these hyperlinks at the very bottom. You can view the items in the discount. That's the item that's going to receive the discount. And then the trigger items, the items that have to be purchased before the discount is eligible on the discount item. Now, there's an or more checkbox here. Let's look at this right here. This one. The or more checkbox, what that means is every item after that 2 is going to receive the discount as well. So in this case, I've got buy 2, get 25% off. We're just ignoring the items that are in this discount right now. I buy 2, I get 25 cents off each item. If I buy 3, I get another 25 cents off. If I buy 4, I get another 25 cents off. So each additional item you purchase after this 2, that quantity you have input there, the customer's going to receive that amount off the transaction, off that item. If that is unchecked, then that means it's in sets of this value. So if I buy 2, I'm going to get 5 cents off each item. So a total of 10 cents off in this scenario. If I buy 3, it's still just 10 cents off. But as soon as I buy that 4th one, I'm going to get another 10 cents off. So instead of every additional item after 2, it's going to be in sets of 2. We then have a priority level, which we've already discussed. That can be set here on the item itself. That can be set using these up and down buttons, or by simply clicking and dragging the discount where you want it to be. That'll adjust the priority. The item limit per sale. This is a way to limit the discount in a transaction. Now, by default, it's set to 0. 0 means there is no limit. It can happen as much or as many times as needed. If you have one that has a limit, such as this very top one, 2, that means this discount, this 50 cents in this scenario, can only be applied twice in a transaction. So if I bought 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, it doesn't matter. I'm still only going to get a max of $1 off that discount, 50 cents applied to 2 items. Now, if I set that to 0, it's going to apply as many times as I need. Require loyalty. This means that under a normal circumstance, an item that's in this discount and a customer comes in and purchases the criteria that meets that discount level, they're going to receive the discount. If that is checked to require loyalty, they're not, unless they're attached to the transaction as a loyalty customer. Is Altria discount? That is utilized just for the retail scan data purposes. So if you the Altria funded discount, you would want to make sure that's checked. Then there's a use schedule. And that's used to, if you want to set this discount to be applied on certain days or certain times of the week. You choose that, it'll bring up a hyperlink, and then you can choose Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Kind of a happy hour going there. Or I can just leave that unchecked, uncheck that checkbox there, and it's any time during this time period. Discounts can also be applied to specific stores. So in this case, I've only got store 1 applied. Store 2 is not going to receive this discount. So in a corporate environment, you can assign specific discounts to specific stores. And then you can check all stores, or of course, if you want to check every store, or you can check by price book zone. And then reviewing these hyperlinks down here, this allows you to view the discount items, and this allows you to view the trigger items if there is a trigger item tied to this discount. We also have one more button in addition to our normal 4 buttons on here: the add new, the save, the print, and the delete. There's the copy. This allows you to quickly copy a discount. So if you have, say, stores in one state and you want to discount a certain value there for certain items, and then another state has the same type of discount but a different discount level, different discount value, you can basically just copy a discount and then change the values. Quick way instead of having to input all this data again. So that covers all the variables of a discount. Let's take a look at some of these. This is your typical Marlboro loyalty. It's a dollar amount off. So in this scenario, you buy 2, you get 50 cents off. I've got the 2 limit set, so no matter how many I buy, I'm only going to get a max of $1 off. Now, of course, with cigarettes, there's packs and cartons. Well, I want to have both packs and cartons tied to this. I don't want to have a separate pack and a separate carton discount because they both could technically fire the same transaction. That would be problematic. That's where a value comes into play. Whenever we look here, there's going to be an item value, 1 for the packs, 10 for the cartons. Where do we set that? Well, if we look at an item on the item details, we'll search for a Marlboro. When I go to manage discounts, this is a place to add items to the discounts. I can simply just choose, I can see what item is in currently. I can choose the drop down. I can add, remove. There's a value. Think of that as a multiplier. 1 times 50 cents is 50 cents. On a carton level, when I go to the carton and manage discounts, it's set to 10. So 10 times 50 cents, that's $5. But remember, there's a limit of 2 in that transaction on that discount. So that discount can only be fired a total of 2 times. This takes that into consideration as well too. So because even though this is set to 10 and 10 times 50 cents is $5, that 2 takes priority. So you're only going to discount the max of $1. That's how you share both a parent and a child item to one discount and still have that shared limit. So no matter what, if they bought 2 packs or 1 carton, the max they're going to get on that transaction is $1 off. Now you can also add items and their values via mass updates. You can filter to where you need to filter. Say I want to go to my full price, my packs, my Philip Morris, my Marlboro, and I can go to the utilities tab, and then down here there's a discount, and I can add items to discounts. I can add it as a trigger item, or if that's which it is by default unchecked. When I add it, I have that value, and I can put the value there, and it's going to add everything in this list to the discount with that value. Now let's say that I want to remove an item from a discount. I can either go one by one in item details, or you can go to here, the additional utilities tab in mass updates, and remove from the selected discount or remove from all discounts. That will remove all these items from any discount they're currently in if you utilize the second button. If you use this first button, it's going to remove it just from that very top discount that you have selected. So say I had the second one selected, it's going to remove it just from that business enhancement discount. So that's how you can add items and remove items and their values to a system discount. Let's jump to the Fountain Drink Pro. Yes, okay. This discount type is a bit different than the other ones. The buy X get Y free. Why is that? Well, it's because you can have items of different values assigned, and one of those is going to be free. Well, what's the free item? The free item is always going to be the item with the lowest retail price. Keep that in mind. So if you have an item that's buy two, get one free, and you have a $2 item and a $1 item in there and another $2 item, the free item is the $1 item. It's strictly based on your retail price, not the cost. So in this scenario, I've got my item, the fountain drink. I've got a medium that's got a retail price of $1. And I've got a large for $1.50. Based on this discount, buy one, get one free. If I bought each of those, one of each, the free one is going to be the medium drink, this one. Now, even if the medium drink's cost was $5, it costs me to purchase this from my vendor more than the large, it's still going to be the free item because cost does not matter in this scenario. The system is strictly looking to retail price. So keep that in mind. Make sure your cost and your price are correct because the system's always going to discount the free item. That's the one thing I wanted to show you on the buy down, or the buy X get Y free. So let's take a look at how these look in the system, in the point of sale, because we're going to look at the priority level here first. I've got two different discounts, a loyalty, 60% off when you buy two, or a non-loyalty, buy one, get one free. I'm going to open the POS up, and we're going to do a transaction. That UPC is 101 and 102. That's my large and my medium. I'm going to subtotal that out. My discount is $1. That's this discount. Buy one, get one free. The free one is the medium, exactly as expected. I'm now going to do a same transaction, but with a loyalty customer tied to it. 101, 102. Subtotal, 150 is now taken off instead of just $1. Why is that? The priority level took place here. The same exact items are in both of these discounts. So, like I said at the very beginning of this webinar, you can have as many items and as many discounts as you'd like, but the priority level is what matters. Because this priority level is higher than the non-loyalty, this takes precedence. So this discount is the one that's applied. So technically, the loyalty customer is getting a better discount whenever they make their two drink purchases. Let's look at let's cash this out. Let's look at the Marlboro example. Now, this is an example of how we're utilizing the is Altria discount checkbox. So this is a scan data item. Philip Morris wants to see this in the scan data report. And I've got 3 discounts, the maximum amount of discounts you can have applied to a single item in a scan data situation. I've got their loyalty transaction that requires both loyalty and as an Altria discount. I've got their business enhancement funds. That is just an Altria funded discount, but it does not require loyalty. And then I've got the store funded discounts, me personally funding this. Buy 2, get 5 cents off in sets of 2. I'm going to add 2 Marlboro items and then subtotal. Notice both discounts are getting applied to this transaction, a total of 60 cents. That is going to be this one and this one. The loyalty did not trigger because I didn't tie a loyalty customer to this transaction. So when I do, I'm going to my customer glyph, I'm going to search, add myself. I'm going to add the Marlboro items. subtotal. Now we see all three being applied. That's how this works in the scan data situation. You can have 1, 2, or 3 discounts applied on those scan data items. Let's look at we've already looked at the fountain drink. Let's look at this cigar promo, X items for Y dollars. I've got a button here. I've got it set for 10 items for $75. So if I buy 9 of them, I go to my subtotal, nothing happens. As soon as I add that 10th, the discount takes place. Now that tells me one thing that I've not gone over this call, on this webinar. You won't see the discount amount until you press that subtotal button. Always remember that. So when I hit the subtotal, that's when my discount shows as being applied. I'm going to cash that out. The trigger example. How does this work? Well, if we look at the discount once more, I've got a discount item, buy 1, get 100% off that item. If and only if I buy 2 of the triggered items. That discount item is a lighter. The trigger item is a Winston pack. You see the triggered items and the triggered discounts generally being used whenever you have uplifts enabled in your system. That's another premium feature from Fast Tracks. We did a webinar on this a couple weeks ago. I highly suggest you take a look at that on the webinar page. It's a great way to make sure that customers and cashiers are aware of all promotions, because this is a reminder. It'll flag the customer-facing display. It'll pop up on the cashier side. Everyone is aware of discounts. Let's take a look at this in action. I'm going to do I've got a button programmed here, the uplift. I'm going to choose the Winston. I bought 1 of them. I'm going to subtotal, and it's going to remind me here in a second. Let me do the second one. Do I still have that eligible? Nope, I don't. So it's not going to prompt the uplift. I don't have uplifts enabled on this machine. What it would do is it would prompt a screen up, and it would tell me that there's a discount if I buy 1 more Winston and a lighter. So I'm going to add 1 more Winston. Actually, I'm going to add the lighter first. Subtotal, no discount. But as soon as I add that second Winston on there, the discount is applied. And like I said, you'll generally see this being used with uplifts. That way, you're making the customer and the cashier aware of they're aware of all promotions, all discounts that are available. It can't be ignored. It's a great way to drive additional sales and just to make sure that everybody's aware of every promotion. So I'm going to cash that out. So that's how the discounts work. Let's take a look at reporting data. Now remember, at the beginning of this, I stated, try to not reuse and delete your discounts. This is the exact reason why. Reporting. Whenever I go to my sales reports and I go to my system discounts reports, I can, of course, do a summary and I can do all discounts. But if I want to filter by individual discounts, if they're reused or if they're deleted, I can't report on that data. So that's why you want to make sure that you leave everything in place. It's kind of like buy downs. You don't want to reuse buy downs or delete buy downs. You can extend them out if they're the same, but you want to make sure that each unique value has its own unique record for historical purposes. So I can filter by individual discounts, or I can do all discounts. So if I do just the fountain drink promo and I do for today, I print that. There's the discounts that's been done today on that fountain drink promo. If I do for everything, we'll see for all system discounts, each individual one. Then there's the by customer, there's the group by store, there's the details, which the details will give you the individual items on that. So let's do just that fountain drink. It'll give you the transaction, the date, the receipt numbers, the details by customer, And by item details, let's do by the item details for, there's our discounts. So once again, try not to delete your system discounts. Try not to reuse those. Just make them their own unique record. And then, of course, take into consideration the priority level. That priority level is very important. Now, if you have a discount that's expired and an item's in it above a discount that is not expired and that same item's in it, it's expired, so it can't be triggered. So that lower priority then would fire off. So you're okay. No worries on that. All right, well, that covers everything in today's session. I hope everybody learned something new and had a refresher. I'd like to remind everybody, if you go to the website and you choose the Fast Tracks Lifeline tab, it's goftx.com/ftx-lifeline. Scroll down just a bit. This is our documentation and our video for each particular software. So if I want to view the point of sale video tutorials, there's a ton of videos. They're being updated regularly. Same with the documentation side. And then, of course, the webinars. You can always view previous webinars if you choose the webinar tab, and then you scroll down. If there's not a register or join link, there's a recording link. This allows you to review webinars that have been done in the past. All right, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. And I hope everybody has a great weekend and great week. Thank you.